Inside the Dugout, powered by CubanDugout.com, your source for discovering Cuban baseball. Welcome Inside the Dugout with CubanDugout.com. I'm Phil Selig of Cuban Dugout, and today I've got a special guest, Yusuf Diaz, one of the driving forces behind Pelota Cubana blog. You need to check them out, but more importantly, you need to check out his recent book, MLB Stories, Cuban Baseball, and My Love for the Game. So, welcome Yusuf. We'll get in that in a little bit, but first, introduce yourself and tell people what Pelota Cubana is about.
How you doing, folks? Hey, Phil. The Pelota Cubana is basically a Spanish language blog that focuses on Cuban baseball all over the world. Not only Major League, not only Japan League, Korean League. It focuses wherever a Cuban player plays. We cover that. Founded by myself and my partner, Giordano Carmona. Basically, how the blog started. One day, my ex-wife caught me arguing on Facebook with some of your well-known writers, which I refuse to name, but I was eating their lunch because we were debating. She was like, "Why don't you do this? Why don't you take this to another level? Start a page or a blog." So I started the blog, and then along the way, I was using some of Giordano's information. I was actually stealing information from Giordano. That's how Giordano and I meet. So we met, we know, and we hit it off, man. And Giordano is not only my partner in the business, but he's my brother, man. He's my brother. And everything we do, it seems like that. Whatever we do, it seems to come out right. But the inspiration for the book now was Francis. Francis wrote a heck of a book. Francis wrote Romero, and his book, seeing him, what he went through, and how he wrote the book, gave me inspiration to write it, man. Francis is a hell of a writer. And when they ask me who's the top authority on Cuban baseball, I would have to say it's him.
Taking a half a step backwards, why Cuban baseball?
I'm Cuban. I mean, I'm Cuban born. I'm American raised. For us, Cubans, baseball is in our blood. But I've always watched MLB baseball growing up in this country. But I always watched the Cuban team in international events and the lore that the Cuban team brought with it. But I always thought these guys can't handle themselves when they play Major League ball players. They're playing college kids and they're having a hard time at that. Well, 1999. I'm at home. My son's mother was pregnant with my son, and I'm watching, and I put the TV on, and that game, the Orioles against Team Cuba in Havana, which was the first game. And when I saw Jose Contreras come out and strike out 10, and he got up a bell a few times, who was a candidate from, he was probably the most fierce slugger in the league at the time. I'm like, oh, hold on, we might have something. And with the recent defections after that, and the defections since then, and especially after the 2006 WBC, I was like, hold on, we actually have something here. If it wasn't for the stuff that happened in the 50s, we'd probably be on par with the Dominicans as far as how many players we have in the league. But that was my inspiration. It's just a passion. I've always loved baseball, and it makes it even more interesting when it's my own country of birth.
So walk us through your inspiration for the book, how you put it together, and kind of what you think people will get out of reading it.
Francis' book was an actual account of Cuban immigration from when Fidel Castro closed Cuba till now, and that inspired me. I said, hold on, I have over. This is just volume 1. I have almost over 190 interviews with Cuban players that will be included in the books. But I said, let me put this together and give people insight into what the actual Cuban player deals with before he even takes the field. I know about Cuba and the Cuban ball players, and illustrate a picture of what not only Cuban ball players, but what we all have to go through to come to this country. I have the Louis Tion interview because I almost had to separate myself from fan mode. You know what I'm saying? Because I would ask these gentlemen questions, but I was in awe. This is an 80-year-old man, and he's very lucid and he's very articulate, right? And I was in awe of things that he said to me. And the experience, his experience.
As always, subscribe here on YouTube, smash the like button like a hanging slider, or